Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my May 2021 TBR. So, I'm a little late in filming this for myself. I usually film it a little bit earlier, but I'm in a reading slump, and I don't know what brought it on exactly. I just know that right now I just don't feel like reading. April's is notorious for that month for me, to be the lowest amount of pages that I read, how many books I get done, or how many days of the month I actually read. So for me, it's not like a big one. It's just a small reading slump, I hope. It's only been a few days, 5 days for me. It's quite a long time. So we'll see what happens. But what that's done is I have a list of books, or the books I'm going to show you are the books that I think I'm going to read in May, when I was thinking about this about 2 weeks ago and had started getting this list together. So I'm not quite sure what I'm actually going to read. So you know, this is the caveat. These are possibilities. This is not any strict TBR. There is only one book I would really like to finish this month because I'm doing it as a readathon, read-along kind of thing. And then everything else is just, I'm hopeful that I'll want to pick up and read. So let's just go through them. So the only book that I really want to finish in May is Dr. Thorne by Anthony Trollope. This is book 3 in the Chronicles of Barsetshire. I'm reading this, the series this year through Instagram, and I really want to catch up. I'm way behind in the group. I'm only 4 chapters in, so I'm about 55 pages in, and it's just under 500 pages. So yeah, I got about 450 pages left to read. So I don't know a whole lot about this, except again, it's 1850 something. 56, 50 something, I don't remember. Yeah, it's 1850s anyway. So it has to do with the small town and the community and the people there. So I've only read the first couple chapters to kind of introduce. So it's always kind of the slow part of Anthony Trollope's books, and then usually it picks up. So things are just starting to happen when I put the book down. So my goal is to finish this by the end of the month. It's the only thing I really have to read, because to keep up on that read along, because we start another book in June, so I want to get this done. So hopefully I will get this done. As I said, I didn't read enough of it to have an opinion yet, but I was supposed to read half of it in April and half in May, and that just did not happen. So hopefully I will catch up on this and finish it by the end of the month. But that is really the only thing that's like legit I have to read in May. At least that's what I'm telling myself right now. But because I'm pretty much a mood reader, if I decide that's not going to happen and I'm not reading that in May, I won't read it. So these are, again, all kind of arbitrary. So I have a couple of books that I want to read for the Springathon. That is put on by Emma at A Couple Books and Natalie at Curious Reader. So I have 4 books. Not all these, again, I'm going to get to, but these are the ones I would like to attempt. I have the audiobook for Underland, A Deep Time Journey by Robert McFarlane. I've been wanting to read this since last year, or the year before when it came out. So I have the audiobook already, so I got the library book to follow along with, and maybe, you know, some of the pictures in there. So I don't know about underground places, and that's about all I know. So again, Springathon is more nature writing stuff. Book I'd really like to get to is Sea Room by Adam Nicholson. The story of one man, 3 islands, and 500,000 puffins. So I think he inherits 3 islands. I can't remember off of what country. Is it off of England? I can't remember which ones. Anyway, and so then he has to deal with that, and I guess with the wildlife. Anyway, I heard about this last year and got it, and I've been wanting to read it all since then. So I'm hoping to get to that. That's one I'd really like to get to. And then, slight spoiler alert for my book haul is On the Marsh by Simon Barnes, A Year Surrounded by Wilderness and Wet. And I think this has to do with the man who, it's a memoir of him getting, I don't know if he rents land or something, by Wilderness Trust. And I think it has to do with him and his family and their reactions to living by nature and stuff. So I'm not sure, but I heard about this last year sometime and tried to pre-order it, and it never came until this year. It finally popped up that it was available in paperback again, so I got it. And then the last one I would like to try to get to is Crow Country by Mark Crocker. And I think this has to do with a man who follows some crows home one night near Norfolk. Fork? I don't know how you say that. Never mind. Norfolk. I don't know. Never mind. Anyway, so he, but it's just kind of a little memoir, is also talking about his fixation on the crows and stuff. And I bought, again, another one I bought last year after Springathon that I wanted to read. But again, one of those I'll probably read for that readathon. The other readathon I want to take part in is Katie at Books and Things is doing a month-long readathon on 1900 to 1950. So I have a few that kind of go for that. So I don't know which one I'm going to pick up. I'd like to get to Miss Peregrine Lives for a Day by Winifred Watson. I'm pretty sure this was, now that I think about it, I'm like, I was pretty sure this was, oh, they didn't write down what year. I swear this was like 30 something, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, 38. So 1938. So that counts. So I've heard really good things about that, about a woman who is supposed to, it goes and helps a woman for a day when really she's usually goes with children. I don't know. It's supposed to change your life in the day. I don't know anything beyond that. I have All Passion Spent by Vida Sackville West. So I think this is the one. Yeah, this is. Believe this is the one where the woman, she was married for a really long time to a lord, and then she after he dies, everybody thinks she's going to live this quiet, sedate life, and she surprises her children and everything, and she goes and rents a house in some place and tries to do stuff, with her new freedom. She she's kind of wild. I don't know, but I've heard a lot about that. I also have for nonfiction the love letters, Virginia Woolf and Vida Sackville West. So it's letters back and forth between them. So I don't know a lot about their relationship, and I don't know a lot about their letters, but I have enjoyed some of the experiences with letters in the last year or so. So I thought I would try that. And then I have one that's from France, and I can't remember which is which. So Gigi, the short story in here is Gigi, and then the cat is later, so I'm not going to count that one, but Gigi is from 19, what did it say? I just looked at it and then it just went out of my head. I think it said 44. Yeah. So, and I don't know, it has to do with a woman, and she's just bored. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. I don't remember. I saw this on I maybe even saw this on Katie's channel. I don't remember who I saw it on. But anyway, but that's another one that I have on my shelf that'd be short, and I could get to that. So those are my 1900 to 1950 options that I'd like to get to. But again, I don't know if I will. And then I know that there's the Asian readathon being put on by Read with Cindy. There's a whole lot of prompts with that. I would love to just read a lot of my translated works that come from that. But again, I already was going to do Springathon, and I'd then the 1900 to 1950 readathon came along. So I'm only going to pick one, but it's a really big one. I think it's the biggest book I have for this month. Yeah, it's just a little bigger than the other classic I have. But I would like to read the Makiaka Sisters. By Shinichiro Tanizaki. So this is translated from the Japanese. Where's the translator? By Edward G. Stidden Sticker. I said that wrong. I know I said that wrong. Stidden Sticker. No, that's right. Okay, anyway, it just sounds wrong. Anyway, so this is about, is it 4 sisters? And I think it's before World War II, it's right before it, and then I think continuing on through that, and it's talking about their lives and how different they are and how their different paths and stuff. And again, it's a Japanese modern classic. It's one I've been wanting to read for a long time. I got this copy from Sarah at the Bookish Knitter, I think a year and a half ago, so I really want to read it. It is on my list for classics I want to read by the end of the year. it's a Japanese modern classic. I really want to read it because I read a lot of Japanese literature in a lot of different forms, but this is one I definitely want to get to. So I'm hoping to try this, at least get it started this month. I'm not saying I'm going to finish it in May, but this is my entry for the Asian Readathon. Just because, and again, it's huge. So, and then if for some reason I feel like it, the only other book I have that's sitting out here is The Black Count by Tom Rees. Glory, Revolution, Betrayal, and the Real Count of Monte Cristo. So this is on Alexander Dumas's father and his life. And this was my Booktube Spin #2 pick. So that was just released earlier. So this was my #1 on my list. So this is what I have to read between May and June. So this might happen in May, or it might, it's right now more in June, but it's a possibility. So I just put it on here because it's a possibility. So the only other thing I'm going to do real quick is, because I'm so spin happy, because of the little, I just want to do this again, is that I have like my top, I don't know, 20 something books of science fiction and fantasy. The first book's usually in series or a book I want to read. Some of them are sequels and some of them are standalones, but not that many. But I want to spin the wheel. So here we go. Oh, can you see it? The First Sister. Oh, that's good. So that's kind of a sci-fi-ish book. So let me go get that. Hold on. Cooper. Anyway, it's been a dork. Anyway, so this is the book, The First Sister by Lyndon A. Lewis. So I just bought this in March. So it's one of those like books I bought kind of on a whim when I went to Barnes & Noble. So it has to do with a priestess who is called First Sister. And I'm not, it says it has no, she has no voice or no name. So it's kind of weird. Anyway, but she is she's on a ship and she's asked to spy for the sisterhood on the new captain. And then there's another guy who doesn't like the captain because of something happened, but he has some history with, he and his partner, something happened with her and she might have turned traitor, but I don't know how that connects to this story. Maybe through the captain. But anyway, I think it's kind of sci-fi-ish. I mean, it talks about going to Venus and stuff, so it might be our solar system, which I didn't really quite get. So anyway, that is my science fiction fantasy pick for the month. So I'm hoping to get to that as, you know, it's just an option. I do want to make sure, like, I at least try it this month. I think this one and the Makioka sisters, I think those two I want to at least try no matter what. And then everything else is just, you know, and I want to finish Dr. Thorne. So, you know, those ones are like the major ones that I'm gonna say I have to at least hopefully get some pages in these. I'm not saying how much I'll get. As I said, I have no idea what's going to happen since right now I'm in a reading slump. And again, I don't get them very often. But this one is again, we'll see what happens. So are any of these books you're reading? Are you participating in any of these readathons? Let me know. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.